Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to Surah Words, where each episode helps you build a deeper connection with the Quran by exploring its vocabulary word by word. Today, we're turning our attention to Surah Quraysh, a short but meaningful chapter that reminds us of the blessings of security, provision, and the importance of recognizing and worshipping the one who provides them. Though only a few verses long, this surah carries timeless lessons about gratitude, reliance on Allah, and the roots of material comfort. Together, we'll walk through the vocabulary of this surah step by step, unpacking each word so you not only understand the language, but also grasp the message behind it. If you haven't already, make sure to check out our previous episodes covering Surah Al-Fatiha and the final surahs of the Quran from An-Nas to Al-Ma'un. Each one builds on your growing understanding of Quranic Arabic. Okay, let's begin with a brief overview of Surah Quraysh and the context in which it was revealed. This surah is a reminder to the Quraysh tribe of how Allah protected them, especially during their travels, and provided for them in times of need. These blessings weren't small, they were constant and critical for their survival and prosperity. Because of these great favors, Allah gently but firmly calls on them to turn their hearts to Him alone, the Lord of the Kaaba, in worship and gratitude. It's a powerful message to recognize where our blessings come from, to remain humble, and to show thanks through devotion. Now let's take a look at some quick facts about this surah. The name of the surah is Surah Quraysh, which refers to the Quraysh tribe. The word Quraysh itself is also the meaning of the name. It's the 106th chapter of the Quran. The surah contains 4 short yet meaningful verses. It was revealed in Mecca, making it a Makki surah, and the central themes include Allah's protection, His blessings of safety and provision, and a call to worship the Lord of the Kaaba in gratitude. With that context in mind, let's now dive into the vocabulary and meaning of each verse in Surah Quraysh. This surah begins with the word li'ilafi. Li'ilafi. This consists of a preposition and a noun, which means unity. On the screen, you'll see 2 examples demonstrating how this word can be used. I will read the first example for you. The first example says, نشكر الله على إيلاف القلوب, which means we thank Allah for the unity of hearts. You are welcome to pause the video and have a read of the second example for yourself. Regarding this word, Ibn Jarir said, the correct opinion is that the letter lam is a prefix that shows amazement. It is as though He, Allah, is saying, you should be amazed at the uniting of the Quraysh and my favor upon them in that. This helps us understand this first word. Let's continue to the next word. Quraysh. Quraysh. Quraysh were a tribe in Mecca, so this word is a proper noun. The first example says, قُرَيْشٌ كَافُوا يَسْكُنُونَ مَكَّةَ, which means Quraysh used to live in Mecca. Let's continue to the next word. إِيلَافِهِمْ. إِيلَافِهِمْ. This is a noun and personal pronoun, which means their familiarity. The first example reads, إِيلَافِهِمْ سَبَبٌ فِي قُوَّتِهِمْ, which means their familiarity is a reason for their strength. رِحْلَةَ. رِحْلَةَ. This is a noun meaning journey. The first example says, رِحْلَةُ الشِّتَاءِ كَانَتْ طَوِيلَةً, which means the winter journey was long. The next word is الشِّتَاءِ. الشِّتَاءِ, which means winter. The first example says, الشِّتَاءُ بَارِدٌ جِدًّا, which means winter is very cold. وَالصَّيْفِ. وَالصَّيْفِ. This consists of a coordinating conjunction, a determiner and a noun, which means and summer. The first example says الصيف حار, which means summer is hot. It has also been said that the meaning of ilaf is what they would gather during their journey in the winter to Yemen and in the summer to Ash-Sham through trade and other than that. Then they would return to their city in safety during their journey due to the respect that people had for them, because they were the residents of Allah's sanctuary. Therefore, whoever knew them would honor them. Even those who came to them and traveled with them would be safe because of them. This was their situation during their journeys and travels, during their winter and their summer. So that's the context of the last few words put together. Let's continue to the next word. فَلْيَعْبُدُوا. فَلْيَعْبُدُوا. This consists of a coordinating conjunction, the imperative lam prefix, a verb, and the personal pronoun. So together it means, so let them worship. The first example says, فَلْيَعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ وَحْدَهُ, which means, so let them worship Allah alone. This means, let them single Him out for worship, just as He has given them a safe sanctuary and a sacred house. رَبَّ. رَبَّ. This is a noun, meaning the Lord. The first example says, رَبِّ اللَّهِ, which means, my Lord is Allah. The word Rabb comes from the root Ra Ba Ba, and this points to three main meanings. The first main meaning is to be Lord, owner, or master. The second main meaning is to take care of, nourish, sustain, and provide for. And the third is to raise or bring up. So this gives us an insight into some of the characteristics of Allah being Rabb, the Lord. Alhamdulillah, now that we've covered some of the words that appear in this surah, let's do an exercise to check your learning. So the task for you is to match the words on the left with their Arabic counterparts on the right. Pause the video and have a go. When you're ready, press play and I'll reveal the answers. Ready? Here are the answers. And summer is وَالصَّيْفِ, so let them worship is فَلْيَعْبُدُوا. Journey is رِحْلَةَ. Quraysh, a tribe in Mecca, is of course Quraysh. The Lord is Rabba. Unity is li'ilafi. Winter is ashita'i. And finally, their familiarity is ilafihim. Well done if you got them all. Let's continue with the next half of the vocabulary in Surah Al-Quraysh. هذا. هذا. This means this. The first example says, هذا بيتي, which means this is my house. البيت. البيت. This consists of the determiner al and the noun bait, which means the house. The first example says, البيت لله, which means the house belongs to Allah. الذي. الذي. This is a relative pronoun, meaning the one who. The first example says, الذي خلقنا هو الله, which means the one who created us is Allah. أطعمهم. أطعمهم. This is a verb, أطعم, and personal pronoun hum, which means he fed them. The second example here says, أطعمنا الفقراء, which means we fed the poor. من جوع. من جوع. This consists of a preposition min and the noun ju', which means from hunger. The first example says, نَجَّاهُمُ اللَّهَ مِنْ جُوعٍ, which means Allah saved them from hunger. This means that He is the Lord of the house, and He is the one who feeds them against hunger. وَآمَنَهُمْ وَآمَنَهُمْ. This is a coordinating conjunction, verb and personal pronoun, which means and gave them security. The first example says وَآمَنَهُمُ اللَّهَ مِنَ الْخَوْفِ, which means and Allah gave them security from fear. مِنْ خَوْفٍ مِنْ خَوْفٍ. This consists of a preposition min and the noun khawf. This means from fear. The second example says هَرَبٌ مِّنْ خَوْفٍ, which means they ran away from fears. This means that Allah favored the Quraysh with safety and gentleness, so they should single Him out for worship alone, without any partner. They should not worship any idol, rival, or statues besides Allah alone. Therefore, whoever accepts this command, Allah will give him safety in both this life and the hereafter. However, whoever disobeys Him, He will remove the safety of fear from him. This is the end of the vocabulary for Surah Quraysh, and all praise and thanks are due to Allah. Let's wrap up with one final activity. Like before, pause the video and have a go at matching the Arabic to the English. When you're ready, press play and I'll reveal the answers. Ready? Here are the answers. From hunger is min ju', and gave them security is وَآمَنَهُمْ. This is هذا. From fear is min khawf. The one who is الذي. The house is البيت. And finally, He fed them is أطعمهم. Well done if you got them all. Alhamdulillah, we've reached the end of the video. If this helped you understand Surah Quraysh better, be sure to like, subscribe, and share your reflections or questions in the comments. Before we close, here's something to reflect on. Surah Quraysh is a gentle yet powerful reminder that safety, provision, and comfort are blessings, not entitlements. Allah reminds the Quraysh of how He protected them, sustained them through trade and travel, and gave them peace in a dangerous world. And in return, He simply asks that they turn to Him, the Lord of the Kaaba, in gratitude and worship. This surah speaks to all of us today. It reminds us not to take our comforts for granted, whether it's the food on our table or the security of our homes. And most importantly, it teaches us that these blessings should lead us closer to Allah, not away from Him. Let this surah encourage you to reflect on where your provisions come from, and to respond with thankfulness, humility, and sincere devotion every day. To continue your learning, check out the Surah Words app, where we guide you through each surah word by word, with clear visuals and explanations. We'll see you in the next video, inshaAllah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.